The views expressed in this podcast, Champ and Tramp, belong to the host and guest, not the Champ and Tramp podcast itself. It's intended for entertainment information, so please use discretion. We're not responsible for any outcomes resulting from the content discussed.
Hey, Andrew, do you enjoy car shopping?
Hell no.
Well, I got the solution for you, buddy, and everyone else who can't stand this whole process. Are you tired of car shopping, feeling like you can't get a good deal? Are you tired of spending hours in a dealership, constantly being asked to spend more and more money? Well, there is a solution, buddy. You have to reach out to my guy, Mike Lytle, owner of Double Play Auto.
Mike Lytle, the car guy? I've heard of him.
Yes, Mike has over 20 years of experience in the industry and is truly changing the game when it comes to leasing or buying a car. Double Play Auto is an automotive leasing company that handles all of your car buying or leasing needs. They can get you any make, model vehicle, and secure you the best price in the market without having to haggle for hours. Best part, you never have to step foot in a dealership.
Wait, so I don't have to go into the dealership and waste my entire Saturday shopping around?
Nope. They will deliver the vehicle right to your driveway, work, or wherever is the most convenient for you within 24 hours. I know I'll always use them when I'm buying a new car.
This sounds amazing. Sounds like I'll be using Double Play Auto for my next car.
Absolutely, my man. You won't be disappointed. Mike and his team deliver top-notch service and an amazing experience. I'll always use them. Check them out at doubleplayauto.com and follow them on Instagram at doubleplayauto and Facebook Double Play Auto.
The two most important things after workout are protein and hydration, especially after an intense session on the mat.
Yep, that's why Muscle Med designed their new carnivore protein hydration, packed with 30 grams of protein for recovery and the key electrolytes needed for hydration.
Exactly. What's awesome about these is they come in two delicious flavors, Rocket Pock and Berry Blast.
They literally taste like juice, Frankie. These are amazing and a must for any athlete pushing their limits.
Boom! Grab a 12-pack on Amazon and juice up with carnivore protein hydration today.
Let's go!
Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, FE. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. We're never tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
All right, what's up, everybody? We got a good one for you guys today. We got my man Joe and Richie here from Nu Forma Wellness, a company I'm familiar with, a company I have visited. They are the testosterone replacement guys and the peptide guys, and I have a ton of questions still, even after going with them, not particularly to do with me, just in general. I'm sure people out there, because it is a confusing subject, right? It's Nobody really is the expert on it, so we brought the experts to us to ask some questions.
It's Joe the Peptide Bro.
Joe the Peptide Bro. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So what's up? Oh, go ahead, Frankie.
I'm saying, like, it's great how, like, peptides are such a taboo thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is RFK being the what is it? Was he the head
Minister of Health or whatever?
Yeah. Is that because he's behind peptides? He's definitely on TRT, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It looks
like,
great.
I wonder, like, is that like if insurance could cover this stuff, that'd be amazing.
That's what they say he's pushing for.
Joe,
RFK.
pull that right up.
RFK.
Yeah,
They
you
say
gotta
he's
keep
pushing for, you know, if it happens or not. But it would be great.
Yeah.
Great for the health of America and just business generally. Yeah.
So let's talk about that though a little bit. Frankie mentioned insurance. Some
Well,
insurance does cover it, right?
No peptides are covered by insurance.
Not peptides.
Testosterone.
Yeah.
Yes.
TRT.
TRT's
Okay.
is covered by insurance?
Okay.
Most
Most
insurances.
Okay, wow. Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
That's good to know.
But you have to have low T or
Yeah,
age.
No,
also?
no, age isn't a big factor. It needs to be clinically deficient, right? So if your body's not producing enough, then, you know, insurance sees it necessary to supplement that and take on the
Because
cost.
it literally is it's bad for your health to have low T, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
It's one thing that like you'd say, like the old stigma about people about testosterone, what they thought it is and what it really is.
Correct.
It's generally a cure to say for most things with men.
Right.
Like it takes care of your depression, your belly fat, your fat loss is easier. you're more concentrated. Your cognitive thinking is better. It's just all
You
around.
feel like a man.
Your libido,
Yeah.
right? It's about just getting up and playing with your kids rather than
Yeah.
getting to the gym and building size and muscle, which.
And it slows the clock, right?
Right.
Like the
Yeah.
biggest factor of men aging is, muscle mass depleting, losing cognitive function, things like that, right? If you could stop that and slow that down, it's only
I'll tell
gonna
you
help
something interesting for me. I found interesting about Frankie, who's never touched anything in his life while he was fighting. Post, he's under doctor supervision and done TRT, right?
Yeah.
Under doctor supervision, but never did a steroid. Prides himself on that, and he showed you so many people in that industry do it.
Right.
But when he told me his test count, because there's your free level, right, and then there's your
It was just regular level, right?
and then there's your testosterone free level.
Yeah.
Back when I used to run gear off the street, right, back in my fucking 20s, I remember getting tested, and mine was around 1,500. This guy, who was a fucking super stud athlete, had just had yours done, a year ago or so? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And it was, 250 or something?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. This guy.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was
He's
still
a
working
beast.
out,
Yeah.
still lean, still I felt like I felt pretty good, but I didn't realize
Right.
what I really
Yeah.
was
And there's some
supposed to be.
doctors that'll look at those labs and say,
They're normal.
"You're good."
Yeah, good.
But
Which,
don't they say like historically, like our test is like our dads had higher tests than we had.
Yeah,
Our
yeah,
grandfathers
yeah.
probably even higher tests than them.
it's
Yeah.
it's going less and less as
Yeah,
the
we-
generations.
Right.
We probably see about 98% of patients that come into our clinic actually qualify for treatment or clinically low on testosterone.
Right.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Whatever data's out there, I mean, they're saying, hey, 60% of men, and for what we see, it's closer to almost 100%.
You ever had a guy come in that's just normal, average Joe, like unassuming dude, and or is it like some fucking jack dude looking to get some, testosterone covered by his insurance that wouldn't make that 90? There'll be the 2%, or is it a normal average?
Honestly,
dude
so
that
a
can
lot
have
of times it's just a normal dude
Yeah.
in his
That's
50s, and we laugh and call him a unicorn.
Yeah.
Really, because it's really that rare to see.
Wow,
Very rare. Very rare.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I could think of them on my head and almost
Right.
like count
Yeah.
the handful that maybe we've seen.
And they're not a candidate. They can't do it.
Not a candidate.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
But it's kind of wild. I mean, you think steroids make you jacked and this and that. Like, they don't really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I still work out a lot.
You got to work out hard.
And I'm not huge.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, a lot of people-
I'm kind of the same I've always been.
Right. I always remember any time guys big in the gym, he's juicing. I said,
Genetics.
you would never be
Yeah,
able to
yeah,
get,
yeah.
lazy, you got to work
You
hard.
gotta work hard. You gotta eat right.
People don't understand.
But aren't
that.
they on also probably I don't know what normal is, but they're probably taking their test levels might be in the 3,000s.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But
That's
at
insane.
that point,
That's
that gets
insane.
dangerous.
No, very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is we have guys that come in that are looking for that. We could tell, it's not. We're actually hormone replacement therapy. We don't even like to say steroids.
Right. Yeah. Right.
It's hormone replacement therapy. It's a therapy that men need, and
Simply supplementing what your body is not
Right.
producing.
Right.
It can't do on its own.
Not above and beyond.
Yeah.
How do you, and Frankie had a good question bringing up RFK, but I mean, what do you see in the future in this? Obviously, it's your business now. You see good things for it in the future, but is there any chance the government could come in and say, listen, this is not legal, or this is not, we don't endorse this, and we're going to put a ban on peptides?
They're trying.
peptides,
It's
they're
a complicated.
definitely trying,
It's a complicated ban. They could ban pharmacies from making them and things like that.
Didn't they try? Wasn't at one point they were trying to take the PVC off the market and all that stuff?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
the FDA was.
They still are, and there is still pharmacies that can't make it, and
Right.
it is a little bit of a gray market right now. Is the honest answer.
Can we talk specifically about what they do for you? I mean, I know there's a bunch of different peptides, but I'm, for example, doing the Wolverine stack, which is BPC 157, which I'm familiar with because I've been on it before. It helps tremendously with repairing the body, and I had a bicep tear, I don't know, two summers ago or something, and I was on it then, and I truly do feel like it speeded up my recovery incredibly so. But I'm also on TB 500, which they call the two of those together the Wolverine stack. Can you walk me through those and how they work in tandem and what they do individually?
So BPC is exactly what you said, for a targeted injury, right? It's going to help repair in the site of the area of which you're injecting it in. TB 500 is working systemically on the body, so systemic inflammation. Like, I have a really severe inflammatory disease that TB 500 provides me a huge amount of relief on, right? So when you're targeting two different ways, you're trying to, repair the.
Pull that mic close to your
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
Sorry.
When you're trying to repair at the point of injury, call it, and then also promote the body to repair as a whole, you're going to get better results than just using one on its own.
So the BP57, you want to do like a site injection?
Site injection, yeah.
But it's
still sub-Q,
All
sub-Q, yeah. You're not, going into the muscle or anything
So
like
just
that.
the skin is enough?
You
Just,
can do
just
it right
under
in
the
your
skin.
belly. A lot of people do, right?
Yeah.
The BP.
Yeah.
Don't they say BP57 is really good for gut stuff?
Yeah.
Gut health,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What about the pill form? Would that be better? Or?
No, we don't
never
offer
better.
It. Yeah,
Pills
we
are
don't even
never
offer
better.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say your body has to break it.
Once
It has to go through your liver.
Your acids in your
Yeah.
stomach and like basically
Waste
destroying
it,
a
right.
good portion of it
Yeah.
when it's always better to go in the muscle or in
Mm.
subcutaneously.
Right.
The pill is just half a waste, maybe more.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's why they make all these supplements and everything like for people that are afraid of needles and stuff. There is some percentage that will help, but nothing better than either going into the vein or the muscle.
Right.
Yeah, we turn away a good amount of patients that are just,
They don't want to do that.
they don't want to do the injections, and we're not going to sell them something that
Right.
we don't believe in
Yeah,
ourselves.
right.
You know,
That makes sense. Yeah.
And you were saying, I don't think you said it on air. You don't just send these people home with a box of pins. They come to you for
Yeah.
testosterone
Yeah.
replacement, hormone
Yeah.
replacement
Yeah.
therapy.
Yeah.
They come to you guys and you do it right in the office.
Yep.
You have your
Yep.
lovely
Professionals,
lovely
yep.
nurses do it.
Yep.
MPs,
Everything's administered.
nurses,
You're literally in and out in, what'd you say, 10 minutes?
Yeah. As long as you're there.
For you, like your weekly shot,
Right.
blood work, labs, and stuff like that, like consultations would take a little bit longer. But other than that, if you're there for your weekly shot and we know your routine, and then every 8 weeks or 6 weeks we're taking your blood, it's half hour at most once you're already in your routine with us.
And you're growing. You're in multiple spots now. What do you got? A couple on Staten Island and like 3 in Jersey?
Yep.
2 in Staten Island, 3 in Jersey.
Where in Jersey you at?
We're in Brick, Matawan, and Montclair.
Yeah.
And then we have 2 on Staten Island, which is south and north, if you're familiar with it. We have one on Victory Boulevard, 2371 Victory Boulevard, and 18 Hervey Street on Staten Island, which is South Shore.
Now, do people have to call, make an appointment, or can they walk in?
Well, you're at the point you have to call and make an appointment.
yeah,
we have an easy booking link, but we do take walk-ins, but we're only open very limited times during the week until we grow more on certain locations. Some are 3 days a week. Yeah.
Everything's appointment only. We try to see, a decent amount of open for 4 or 5 hours at a time.
Right.
See a decent amount of patients in that time, and as we grow, we open more time.
Now, what do you find is your I guess average patient basically the late 40s, early 50s guy looking for, or do the peptides? That's kind of a blanketed thing, right? You don't have to be. That doesn't target senior citizens.
Or just men. Honestly, we treat a lot of women with peptides too.
Women. Yeah,
we treat a handful of women for testosterone as well.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the benefit for that for a woman?
How big's her dick?
It's just as important for them as it is us.
Honestly, it plays a big role in libido. We have a lot of postmenopausal women that are just clinically deficient as well, and they'll benefit from treatment.
Right.
And there's other things. We have libido peptides and things like that for women as well.
Wow.
Yeah, that's one of the popular ones coming up. The PT 141.
Yeah.
I'll get you some of that too.
Yeah, that's for men.
For him,
or women?
him and her. Him and her. It's a libido peptide.
How long where did the peptide thing start, and how long has it been around? Where did it start?
They've been out for a long time.
I mean, I've been hearing of them for I don't know, probably the better part of a decade, right?
Yeah. If you want to talk about the UK, probably 20 years.
Oh,
or so.
wow.
Yeah. But it's just
But aren't all this stuff it's in our system already?
amino acids. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, it comes from within our gut.
Peptide's simply a messenger telling your body to
produce
more
what
of
it
something
wants.
Yeah.
or
I always
work
like to
harder
say
in a
the
particular
jumper.
way.
That's my line. It's like taking the jumper cables to your body.
Yeah.
Because it's there. It just needs a little.
Needs a little kick in the
yeah.
ass.
So they have the growth hormone peptide. CJC 1295 is another popular one.
Right, yeah.
And that's the growth hormone peptide, which kicks up your growth hormone, and it's a fat burning and muscle building peptide.
I see they stack it with
Ipamorelin.
Yep, semimorelin, yeah.
Does any of the peptide thing? Obviously, the testosterone would depend on your blood work. And
Right.
Peptides, you have to have blood work done as well.
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't Ozempic?
Yeah.
Peptide.
Tirzepatide. Yep.
Absolutely.
That's all.
You're hearing a lot about that now.
Yeah, that's another way too. When people come in, they're like, "I don't want to do any Ozempic." We're like, well, we have this weight loss peptide. Like, peptides are good, but not the Ozempic or the tirzepatide. I was like, we have weight loss peptides. Like, oh, okay, let's talk about it. Let's see. It's like,
what were they saying? People going blind though from the Ozempic?
Blind,
Is that true?
hair loss.
It's.
Is it? I mean, you guys are a little more
could
on
there,
the inside than us. Do
could
you hear
there, none of our patients that we could
we
even
haven't seen
recall
anything.
any side effects.
I'll be honest. We treat a ton of patients on the GLP-1s, and we have not had, knock on wood,
try it ourselves.
A single
I take it every now and then.
Single side effect.
Try to lose a pound or two.
So.
Yeah.
Semilorian is like one is. Am I saying it right?
Cimarelin, yeah.
Cimarelin. That's like a weight loss one.
No, that's similar to the CJC.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So generally, what I learned too, it's they all do the same thing. They're all helps with nerve damage, gut inflammation, tissue repair, and certain ones will specifically target better.
Right.
But generally, like the CJC I was taking, it helped me with the nerve issue, which. When I first started, I was like, I thought it wasn't true. I'm like, let me just stop for 2 weeks. And then, just because this pinched nerve in my neck just went away. And then I stopped, and then sure enough, it was back.
Wow.
And then, getting a few massages back and doing like physical therapy. I haven't had a thing since, and I don't need the peptide anymore.
Frankie, your neck has been killing you for like months now.
6 months.
What's going on with that?
I mean, I haven't
6 months.
You haven't got an MRI?
I mean, I had it was like a nerve down my left side, and that kind of went away, but now it's just like kind of localized in the right side of my neck. I mean, I definitely am pretty tough on my body, so
right.
It's not like it's wonder why it happened. It's just a lot of miles on this.
So stick with it, man. We'll give you the right stuff as long as you stick with it. I mean, we've a lot of guys, a lot of people that have any issues that they've treated with the peptides. The response is so positive. Like you don't hear anyone that say anyone that says it didn't work, it was junk. They just
didn't give it enough time.
They didn't give it enough time, or they were using them improperly, or like we hear about who comes in and buys it from this place, and then we tell them the regimen, and they're like, I was only doing it once a day, every other day. I'm like, no.
Or the dosing.
The dosing.
When they're buying these online for $50, $80, they're not realizing they're buying a 1 week dose. They're stretching it out over a month, over 6 weeks.
Yeah.
They think they're getting a deal, and yes, they could come to us, and
we could give them
4 times the price.
We're
also 4 times the dose.
You got
taking the appropriate dose.
Right.
So there's a lot out there why
listen,
people are.
I'm definitely a believer in the BPC 157 because this is my testimonial.
Yeah.
Not just because you guys are here, because I've taken it. I tore my bicep a couple years ago. I took
how's your foot?
I tore my calf, which is normally a 6 week recovery.
Yeah.
I went back to work after 5. I really feel like I could have gone back probably after 4.
Yeah, cool.
But just want to be sure. So I was like 2 weeks ahead of schedule and feels great and 0 issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So about a year ago, my wife had a double mastectomy. So as part of that, you go in for the first surgery. They remove all the breast tissue and they put spacers in, and then you need to go back about 2-3 months later for the cosmetic portion of the surgery. They remove the spacers and do the breast augmentation.
Spacers to stretch skin. Yeah.
So basically, they put the spacers in so that everything can recover
Yeah,
from the surgery. Then they go in and do the cosmetic portion. Yeah. So. In that time, she was taking the Wolverine stack, TB500 BPC, recover quicker. So her doctor didn't know that she was on it. Went in for that surgery, and we went for the post-op visit. The doctor was like, he goes, I don't know, you must be Superwoman, because I've never seen anyone heal like that. He goes, the surgery took me an extra hour and a half longer than it should have because of how well you healed and how much more work I had to do.
Wow.
Had no idea that she was on peptides.
Wow.
So for me, that was like the point where I was like, this shit's real, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're hearing it everywhere. You know what I mean? So it can't be bullshit.
That's the good thing about it too. It's
It's
we're really not looking. It's a rewarding job. I tell them all the time. It's like sometimes you see these guys when they come in, either if they have an ailment or putting them on the hormone replacement, and their eyes are black, and he always has like a range. He could tell the score. I thought it was like he's like crazy. He's like, that guy's probably like a 200. He's like,
it's
230.
True. Like you ask some questions, what do they do for work, and how's your sleep, and you could kind of just see it on them. Where it's like almost at the point where you could walk past a guy in the street, a normal everyday guy, and be like,
this
guy's deficient.
and it's like I said, it's a rewarding job. Some guys give us hugs. I see a guy in the gym just the other day. I said, "Man, you look great." He's like, "Thanks to you." And I forgot he's even like a patient of ours. I'm like, "Oh yeah, you do come to us." You know,
When I first started coming into you guys, I couldn't get off the couch, had no energy, lethargic. I'm on my 5th girlfriend in a month and a half.
Right.
5th girlfriend, guys. 5th.
To
His
tell you
5th girlfriend and his 3rd boyfriend.
to tell you the truth, that's why we, like he said, we also treat women, because the husband will come in low testosterone. We get him on the hormone replacement, and
The wife's happier now.
No, you know
Well,
what?
no, it's the opposite.
She's like, "What are you giving my husband?"
Oh.
Her libido isn't up, because the libido's the biggest part.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest tell, like for a guy, like you know. You wake up with a hard on again, every morning, it's the first tell, it's the biggest tell, and to treat the men and not treat the women, it's unfair. So that's why we treat some women.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. What's a peptide that maybe people don't know about? Because I know there's several.
Oh, there's so many.
There's so many.
Literally, what's that one that was brought up today? SS13.
SS11. I forget.
Yeah.
I would have to.
What did Danielle and
fine.
Brittany come in and have done recently? What did they do?
Oh, so they did the NAD.
NAD.
Oh,
Yeah.
NAD. That's a peptide?
No.
okay.
We also offer
I've had
NAD.
NAD actually back. Wait,
NAD is similar to testosterone. It's another,
something that
longevity, right?
Yeah,
Right.
but your body produces NAD as you age. Your NAD levels decline, so
Right.
it's another supplemental therapy.
Yeah.
That's it's uncomfortable taking it, right?
But a lot of women are doing that.
So it's uncomfortable, and that's why the process
You
is
do
a
it over
long
a long
time.
time,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I heard like some people do pushes on it, and it's nuts.
oof.
Like,
Yeah.
What do you mean pushes?
Like
Like at the IV?
Yeah,
at the end?
they'll just push,
God.
just push, and it's like it's intense.
Yeah.
Because like I think when I did it, it was like a 3-hour process.
Right.
you know?
It's
Yep.
But
typical.
like some people do a 15-minute push, and like, dude, this
Yeah,
is-
You're talking to a guy too that has done some wild shit.
Yeah.
What's the, I always forget the name of it. What's the frog one? That's the
Kamba.
best. Kamba. You know what Kamba is?
No.
You know what a poison fucking
What that's
frog
like some
is?
trip out.
They put them
no,
up,
you
put
don't
it on the
trip. You
darts.
it like
Cleanses
it
your
drains
lymphatic.
your lymphatic system.
No shit.
Yeah, it's not cool. I'll never do it
You
again.
put like a couple, like 3 cuts on your back or
like
something?
4.
Like
Like
4.
it depends, 3 to 4,
And then
and then they put this
Poison.
poison on
Frog
you.
poison.
Yeah, pretty much. And you have to drink like a gallon of water before you do it, because then you throw up like crazy.
Oh.
Like, and it was to the point where my face swelled up, like my lips got big. my
You
face got
voluntarily
big.
did this?
Yeah, well, my wife, she suffered from Lyme disease and Epstein-Barr and all that stuff, and she
Right.
did it. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll try it. I'll try anything once at least. Bro, my throat closed up. I probably should have.
Scary.
I probably should have EpiPen with me.
Well,
and
they
I didn't.
say
Yeah.
they say you actually turn into the frog, and I swear to you,
Yeah,
before
dude,
before we get off the air, before we leave here, rather, I'll
if I
have
can
him
find-
find the
yeah.
picture. He literally, I swear to you, I've known this guy for 25
My face
years.
looked like
He
was
looked
falling off.
like a it looked like his face was melting. He looked like a
Yeah.
frog. Literally, it's the
Like,
craziest
my
thing
lips
you've ever
got
seen.
huge.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
That's scary.
Yeah, it was. I don't know how I stayed calm. I mean, but, by the next, it doesn't last forever. Obviously.
Yeah.
It didn't last that long, but yeah, even like the next day, I looked like I got in a fight. Like my eyes were swollen and stuff. It's nuts.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
We went to a some festival thing up in Red Bank, right on that. What's the river up there? Not the
River Road? Navasink.
Right on the Navasink. And it was this beautiful piece of property, man. It was like, I don't know, it's kind of like one of them hippie fest type thing. But
Right.
So I was like, I'm going to take a walk and go to the backside of this property down by and there's a tent down there right by the river. And I couldn't figure out like why this Indian style beauty. It was a shaman
like a teepee.
tent. It was a shaman tent where
Okay.
they do the ayahuasca.
No shit.
Ayahuasca like rituals. And they had like the little fire pit there. They had a bunch of like crazy shit. And Daniel's like, I'm like, don't touch that. That was like fucking sacred shit to them. There was nobody there, but it was definitely where they do the ayahuasca like stuff, which he's also done. This crazy fuck.
Yeah, try that too. It's fucking
That
wild.
makes you puke too, no?
It does.
Right?
Yeah. Some people shit. I didn't shit. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to try it. It's like, sign me up.
Yeah. That was wild too. That was pretty wild. But yeah.
And it's only like a 4 or 5 minute experience,
no.
right?
That's DMT. DMT is like
He's done that too.
It's
Yeah,
like
right?
But I never really went all the way in on the DMT. But yeah, the DMT is like condensed. But it's like 10 minute thing.
Right,
But
right.
Ayahuasca is like it's an all night thing.
Yeah.
You do 3 different. You drink the tea. You do it 3 different times. It takes like 45 minutes to kick in. Then you're blast off for like 2 hours, and then you do it again, and then do it again. But it's from like 9 in the morning to 7 in the morning, or 9 at night to 7 in the morning, and you wake up when the sun comes up. It's like you're sober right after.
Right,
it's
right,
crazy.
right. Is that like with Aaron Rodgers? He went on that
Yes.
retreat,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And so he had his Achilles heel injury
And that
recovery.
was-
He did the peptides
Yes.
too,
Yeah,
and
that
then but he
nasty, bro.
went
That
over.
was all on camera. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was nasty.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, his injury was 4 months. He was done with an Achilles heel rip, which on his age is crazy. But he was also doing stem cells too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rogan probably hooked him up with some people.
Well, yeah, definitely, because he went down to Mexico or something, right?
Yeah, CPI, I think the one he went
Right.
to.
You get shit out of the country you can't get here,
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. The stem cells you can get here, I think, are high quality, super high quality.
Right.
But when you go out of the country, they can clone.
So yeah, they call them exosomes. Here,
Exosomes. You can get exosomes here, too.
Here,
Yeah,
but that's basically what it is stem cells.
Well, exosomes, I think, are like the precursor to stem
Right.
cells or something. I don't know.
I was told it's like a loophole to sell them here. They call it exosomes, but it's like
Isn't some of it
No, it's
harvested from like
baby fetuses.
baby?
Yeah,
No,
North Korea,
no,
South
no,
Korea,
no, no.
South Korea,
No. Umbilical cord.
Umbilical
It's from
cord.
umbilical cord. So it's not like from a baby.
Placentas, I meant, not fetuses. I'm sorry.
Not from dead babies.
I was going to say umbilical cord.
Yeah,
You said fetuses. Oh, yeah,
Abortions.
fetuses.
You co-signed on the abortion.
Yeah, that's it. Fetuses.
No, it's from the umbilical cord. So yeah.
It's wild stuff, man. So my wife's pregnant right now, and they're talking about saving the placenta. And
You know,
doing
we
all that.
did. I did all that stuff.
You did?
Cord blood.
Yep.
It's called cord blood.
Right.
I did all that.
They freeze it.
And then
Cryo-freeze
we
it.
were gonna try to we're like talking about, hey, maybe we should use those stem cells. Like there are stem cells. Why don't we use them?
Oh,
but
yeah.
but they're old as shit. You know what I'm
Is
saying?
that why? But what's the point of freezing them?
Yeah, so I
Are you supposed to save them
for your kids? If your
for
kids
your
get
kids,
any-
I think
Oh.
supposedly, and it's still kind of new science,
Right.
I guess. So maybe they could do
God
something in the
forbid your
future.
kids got
Right.
some.
But now
horrible
like the
ailment.
whole idea, like when I went down to Columbia to Bioaccelerator, which is a stem cell place.
Yeah.
And they literally get the stem cell. The ladies in the other room, you
No,
they
right
get
there.
the stem cell.
A bunch
and
of
boom,
baby
put
fetuses.
Put it right.
They're
And
born
they
the
put it right
babies
in.
right there. That's insane
Yeah.
stuff, man.
How was the experience at Bioaccelerator?
It was cool. It was cool.
I actually looked into to go in there as well.
I went 2021, so
Okay.
it was like in the height of the COVID.
Yep.
So it was a little annoying because
Oh, forget it.
I had to wear the fucking mask and all that stuff. And we get out there, I go in the car, the guy's like spraying me and my wife down. I'm like, yo, enough! I'm fucking not like almost my shirt was wet with like fucking this alcohol spray. But other than that, it was cool.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
top notch.
Yeah, that's the place
Like
to
you
go to.
you do the hyperbaric chamber every day. They I mean I had stem cells in both hands, both hips, my shoulder, and my neck.
Right. Significant difference you see it felt, or like
Honestly,
I asked him that, and I believe you said with some things, not with
some
I think you
things.
said your
my,
hands,
my
right?
shoulder, my neck actually helped my neck.
right.
My hip, I still needed a hip replacement. I feel like if you're too far gone,
Right.
like if you're bone on bone, I think you're kind of beat.
Right,
you know.
right,
But
right.
if you have something there, and I had since been getting stem cells on my shoulder a bunch, and it's been kept me off the operating table at least.
Yeah. Wow.
Cool.
Is that like an injury that activated a neck, or what you got now?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just started bothering me, And I mean, jujitsu's not the best.
Right, right,
People ranking on your neck every day. And I'm teaching now. I just open up my own school, so
Right.
I'm on a mat every day. I get, and I'm fucking pretty aggressive guy. I talk and everything's too much. I need to fucking chill out. And I can't.
He's supposed to be retired, like living the good life now,
Right.
and just open a cool school and be quiet. But he if there's somebody in there that's a little fucking cocky and thinks that it's
Yeah.
always the young guys, never somebody that's on like his level.
What's the
Always some
age
young,
groups at your school?
4 to 65.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. It's the kids are great. I just found out I have an air marshal on my one of my students is an air marshal.
my neighbor.
Is it?
Yeah, he
Nick?
lives right next to me.
Nick?
No, not Nick. He lives right.
No, it's a different guy. He's my student. Your guy?
No, his daughter is in my. Does it go trains same time Grayson does?
No, well, this guy, his daughter's an air marshal.
Oh no! He's an air marshal. He's
right, well-
sitting in there the whole time.
No, I'm talking about this guy's on a mat. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's an air marshal. They
How
must
many
know each
air
other.
marshals can go to your school? I think there's only one of them. I don't know. Maybe you got a bunch of air marshals.
Teaching the
in there.
Kimura today. I'm like, get back in your seat, sir.
The Delta Air Marshal that flipped over the other
Dude,
day.
that was today.
Wild,
Really?
wild.
Is there?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
In Toronto,
That was today.
That's
That felt like
yeah.
it was. That was today.
But I think
Yesterday.
most
Today.
Yeah,
yes,
yesterday.
yeah.
Did everybody live? Because
Everyone.
Yeah, everybody lived.
Only 18 people got hurt.
Yeah,
Wild.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, it rolled around. Probably
Yeah.
didn't have their
This
seatbelt.
huge fireball.
Well, they
You
said
see
they
that
were-
one
they
kid-
were hanging upside down in their
In the,
seats.
you see that one kid had the camera from inside
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
out.
yeah.
I thought it was fake.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like,
No.
put the camera down. He's like this. He's running
Yeah,
out, and they
he is
like,
too.
and he's on the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, put the camera.
And
And he's
then you
like,
just see
what do you mean put the
fire
camera down? I'll do
everywhere
what the
in
fuck
the
I want. What are
yeah.
you talking about?
he's like, I was just on that plane. And he's like, yeah, I thought it was fake.
It's not. That wasn't ice. That was foam.
Oh, is that what that
Oh,
was?
Spraying
really?
Foam on that
Yeah,
plane.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm just talking about the ground,
no,
the icy ground.
When
Oh.
it landed,
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
okay,
like
okay.
snow
It
on the ground.
flopped
Yeah.
over. Yeah.
It looked like it was normal landing though, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, boom!
I don't believe
Yeah,
anything
it looked like
anymore
a
with
movie.
this
No.
CGI,
I
like
know,
this
I know.
AI.
Yeah.
It's crazy that someone
That-
just had to be record. Like someone
Doesn't
just
it
happened
seem
to
to
be
be-
recording
and
that
Well, it
plane.
was
landing.
another.
It
It
was
was another
pilot.
someone
or
pilot,
something.
yeah, in the cockpit of another plane.
Wild.
Why was he filming?
Why is he fi- yeah, it's weird.
That's weird. Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
I
didn't
with
know
you.
It
that's
almost,
a- yeah.
and it almost makes you think like how much stuff is being filmed on a day, like your
Yeah.
day to day. Like
Everything,
it's
Right?
crazy,
bro.
right?
Everything's filmed.
Somehow, whenever something happens, there's
There's always a film. Yeah.
always footage of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Does
that's
seem to be a spike lately.
with plane crashes.
Plane crashes,
Plane crashes,
wild.
But you know what? It's kind of like, remember all the train crashes that we would have?
Yes,
Like,
that's
Yeah.
true.
apparently, like, it's always happening, but when they point it out, like,
it seems like it always happened. Like
That-
what do they say when people die?
I
it
thought
goes
the
in
same
threes.
thing, but
Right.
also like a U.S. airline crash, like that doesn't happen.
right,
yeah.
yeah,
You
you know,
know,
you hear
I
about
thought,
that. Right.
Well,
It's
what?
weird.
It's like 2 weeks ago, the one
This-
plane
this-
ran into
no
the other plane
Deltas.
on the
Right.
on
Oh, the
runway.
helicopter. Yeah.
helicopter,
Well,
yeah,
that
that
helicopter.
was
But then
in
like two
Washington, D.C.
planes
Yeah,
like crashed into on a runway.
Within
On a-
within
yeah,
within
yeah,
like the
yeah.
last 2 months or something. Yeah.
That one with the helicopter, that was in D.C., right?
Right.
That helicopter looked like it was going right for that plane, bro.
She went right. Yeah.
You know?
Female pilot. Right.
Yeah, hey, hey.
No, that's not. I mean, listen, there's a bunch of jokes
I
built
know.
in there, which isn't funny because people lost their
Yeah.
lives. But they scrubbed her social media. That's the weirdest part about it. They scrubbed her entire social media, and she was the last name released. Days later, everybody else's name was released within like 24 hours.
Wow.
Her name was like 3-4 days out, right, Andrew? Was it and scrubbed?
Because her
all
social
her
media
social
must
media.
have been like anti something. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Not part of the agenda.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I mean, like you said, it's not.
Not
but-
funny that people
You know,
perished. I don't mean
Right.
that in any way.
Right. Just funny scenario. Like,
Yeah.
Well, just why things happen the way they happen, and what is the backstory there? We'll
Right.
never know.
Right.
We'll never know. What do
That's
you know about the Trump assassin?
yeah. Right.
What do you
Yeah,
know about that guy?
I mean,
they
you
say
learn-
they took the fucking silverware out of that guy's house.
Right.
They took everything. That's crazy.
That's crazy. You don't
Crazy.
hear anything about
You'll
that.
never
It's like
know.
it's-
It'll
Well,
just
you
be the
knew
story
everything
of the guy.
about the guy that killed United Health.
Yeah,
guy.
Luigi.
You knew
Luigi
everything about
Mangione.
him.
Mangione. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, what is going on with this case? By the way, didn't he get some? Wasn't there some ruling recently that they extradited him back to New York? Obviously, right? 'Cause he was-
Extradited back to Italy. No.
No, he was trying to stay in Pennsylvania, but they brought him back. But I thought there was some recent thing with him that was like in favor of him. Some got downgraded or something got dismissed. I don't know what it was, but
It's just so funny. Like they find him days later
in McDonald's,
Yeah,
with the
Wearing the
gun on
same
him.
clothes.
No, they say you're right. And a dossier. Everybody has
Yeah.
a
Literally
Yeah.
had the greatest getaway of
'Cause-
all
yeah,
time.
people thought it was like professional
Yeah.
job. Like,
Yeah.
and then
Right.
he's just sitting in McDonald's
Yeah.
with his gun and a fucking,
Right.
45-page fucking.
a dossier because they used that dossier with the assassin for Trump too. He had a dossier.
Yeah, right. I don't
The
believe
weird thing
nothing,
about
you're
that
right.
was you're talking about the guy on the golf course.
Does he had a dossier
His
too?
Manifest, you mean?
His manifest, right?
They released it after they got him. Usually,
Yeah.
like, they'll leave it like somewhere. This guy wrote it after he went to prison, and then they released it. It was
Oh,
the
God.
craziest thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, this world is
fucked.
wild.
I mean, you can find a conspiracy in anything,
yeah.
you know.
All right, have you met Jesse yet? Our friend?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
stuff that he puts up is
Dude.
hilarious.
Bro, the moon.
No, he was on here, right?
It was the last. He said the moon. He said
The moon.
What's your feeling on the moon?
Brother,
What do you mean my feeling on the moon?
They said they put a bomb on the moon and it rang for
It rang
hours.
for hours.
Like,
Yeah.
Bing.
oh my god.
I'm like, I didn't hear it.
He's one of the greatest humans you'll ever
Jesse's
meet.
a good
but
dude.
He's a lunatic. He's
I
a certified lunatic.
went out with him a few times. But I remember like
That's when he would go out. He
right.
won't go out
So I mean, he pulled out like a bottle of, I don't know what, tequila or something. He's like, "You want a sip?" I'm like, "No, bro. I'm gonna go to a bar and get I'm gonna get enough at the bar." But I remember talking to him, and I'm like, I think like at one point, you start speaking a different language. He's like, you can't understand them, right?
Yeah.
I am like Frankie and I are both really good friends with him. But right after I got separated, I was going out with him a lot. We were like burning the fucking candle at both ends. Going for that summer, we were out Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're just going crazy that summer, and literally. He's always in a good mood. Never like you know how some guys are just angry drunks. He's never an angry drunk. He's always in a good mood. Always a likable guy. Always that very likable personality.
Right.
But you can't understand a word he says after like drink 4.
Right.
Like drink 4.
Hey,
he'll still be like by the end of drink 4 when he's ordering drink 5. I can't understand him. I cannot understand what he's saying.
He's talking to girls too.
Yeah.
Hey, he's a good-looking dude, bro.
He will.
He will
blue eyes.
He'll approach any girl
Yeah,
in any setting.
Yeah.
The hottest chick in there, he'll walk up to her and try to. And if he was sober, he could have a conversation, and it would be a good one. You know what I mean? He's not over like all his theories and he's not shoving it down your throat. He's just So he's fun to talk to.
Right.
But drunk, I see these girls like what are you saying? I don't what, and they just walk away. I'm like, bro, I always say, just give them the baby blues. Don't say nothing.
Right. That's the
Just give
blue
them
eyes,
baby
crystal
blues.
blue eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was hilarious though with the moon. I didn't. You know what? I meant to go look that up too because I never heard it.
He actually looked it up.
Yeah,
There
I
is
mean, they said
something about
there was they said there was no evidence of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, no shit. I mean, come on.
They're not even getting a landing on there. They can't send a bomb yet. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
One of my coaches, he's talking about it. Tim. Tim. He said, "Listen, I'm kind of with Jess." I go, "What do you mean you're with Jess?" He's like, "I'm just not saying the moon is what they're saying it is." I was like, "Okay, but it's fucking there, right?" He's like, "Yeah, it's there. Okay, all right. It could be whatever you want to think it is, but it's still there because I see it every day."
You know, you hear about these conspiracy theories, and I really do believe some of them are turning into not conspiracy, like the moon landing, for example. But then, the Red Hot Chili Pepper song, like,
Californication.
How old is that? 25 years?
No, but
not that old.
Well,
I think maybe it might be 20 years old.
20, 25. They're singing about, space was made in a Hollywood basement.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Talking about the girl, talking about the. What's the girl from Sweden? How dare you?
Yeah. Greta Thunberg.
Oh, she's.
They mentioned it's not her, but they mentioned someone like her.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost like they're predicting. And the other one is that you got to mention if you're talking about predicting the future, or, obviously Greta would be the moon landing already happened, obviously, so it's a combination of both. But predicting the future, the Simpsons.
I didn't even
fucking
say that.
Simpsons.
Mac Ronan.
Holy
Mac
shit!
Ronan.
They call it.
It's wild, but
Non-stop, they get
a
it
lot
right.
of those are fake too. Like when
explain.
something comes
No way,
out,
really?
someone puts out.
Yeah.
There's only like really 8 solid ones that ever existed, but then like they keep. People are just
Making
fucking
them,
with
yeah.
you now. Like they just make them up and like, oh my god, it gets viraled out so fast. But they're all it never happened.
Oh, so some
they
of
make
them-
up that episode. Yeah, they make up a whole. Yeah,
okay.
like they're making another cartoon clip. Like someone's doing it.
I did see an episode though. Someone posted again, and maybe it's fake because it ain't fake. But about the Brady, it was the Brady's, and they were talking about the measles. Oh, you got the measles. Oh, you got the measles. Oh. And the kids are like, "Whoa, it's great to get the measles. I get to stay home from school." And like, oh, I guess the Brady's are done with the measles. And like they're saying, I thought if the measles, why are we getting fucking vaccines for the measles if the Brady's were happy to get the measles?
Yeah,
You know
no,
what
it's
I'm
even
saying?
with
You talking
chicken
about
pox.
the Brady Bunch?
The Brady
Yeah.
bunch.
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
No, the chicken pox too. Remember when you were a
we
kid?
all
you had
got chicken pox.
Right, used to sit in the tub and like get
Oatmeal. or
lacked
something
up
on
with
it.
It was like a badge of honor because
Right.
if you got it, you couldn't get it again. So
Right,
it's
right,
good
right.
to get it out of the
Right,
way.
so-
I'll never forget. I remember I was 11 years old. Got chicken pox, and I got on my nuts, and my nuts were huge. And I was like,
Yeah,
"Yo, I got this on my nuts."
It's a good side effect. Check these out. These nuts.
He's the same size today as he was when he was 11. The nuts.
with the chicken pox.
Yeah. I finally grew into my nuts. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. So,
But that does predispose you, right, to getting shingles later in life, right?
I don't know.
Once you have
Well,
chicken pox,
I mean, I remember working with a guy.
carry- you
He was
carry
like
it
itching his
forever.
neck. He's like, thought he was sick. He had a little bit of a fever. He went home. He's like, I had the shingles. I'm like, all right.
I had a rash. And this was after I got what happens when you get a cut or a bite? They give you what is that shot? You got to get it every 10 years.
Tetanus?
Tetanus shot.
Yeah.
I refused it last
I
time.
know. I got it. I remember I got it because I punched someone once. I got it because I hit my elbow on the floor, and I got a rash like on my like right on my hip. And it was there for a while, so I went to the dermatologist, and he's like, "Oh, it's shingles." I'm like, "Aren't shingles supposed to hurt?"
Yeah, right.
He's like,
exactly.
"Well, you got a really high pain tolerance." I'm like, "Bro, it doesn't hurt at all."
Yeah,
He's like,
right.
I'm like, "I guess you're the doctor. I got shingles."
Right.
It wasn't
right.
shingles, dude. It couldn't have been.
Oh, okay.
You know? I mean,
But no, that's the experience I had with someone said he's like,
My
I got
dad had
shingles.
it.
I'm like,
yeah.
My dad's
so you're supposed to die.
76 now, and I think he had it maybe when he was 70, 72, something like that, and it was fucking miserable. But
Yeah.
that's when I learned a little bit about it. It's because he had chickenpox as a kid, and you carry that
Right.
that in your
I
body.
thought it was the other way around. If you never had chickenpox, you get. But if you get the chickenpox, it's shingles, and as an adult, that's what I
I
thought.
could be
bro.
wrong. I could
Yeah.
be wrong. I thought it was because he had chickenpox as a kid. Look that up, Andrew. If you had chickenpox, that predispose you to possibly getting shingles.
Yeah, well, I was like, "Well, shingles ain't shit."
Right. No, that's-
I felt I literally didn't hurt at all.
He was miserable
Mumps,
for like a month.
mumps
like a
too,
month.
mumps
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
The max mumps vaccine. You mumps
Yeah,
you
well,
get a
was it
sword.
measles, mumps, and rubella?
Yeah.
MMR.
The
Right,
fuck
right,
is
right,
rubella?
right.
What is rubella?
I don't know.
Oh, Rich, you know that one?
Sounds like a dessert.
Sounds like
We're specialists. we only want one thing, all right?
Okay, what about MK
Ultra.
477? Nah, 477 677. Is that a peptide?
There-
It
yeah,
is. We don't really deal with it
Right.
much, to be honest.
No,
Yeah.
that's
We
more-
when it comes to our practice, like I don't want to say we're narrow, but we looked for the things that that we want to treat and we want to help solve, and what are the
Right.
best tools
And that are-
to help solve that, right?
Right.
So the Wolverine stack, for example, right?
Right.
We deal with a lot of injury and inflammatory and things like that. That's the right product for that
Right.
treatment.
The-
Muscle growth, CJC, we
Right.
do a lot of that.
That's the best one for
you
that.
know, weight loss, the GLP-1s. So,
Yep.
there's a million different
How
things
did
in the
that-
right.
BPC 157 and the TB 500. How did they get the name Wolverines? Why the Wolverine?
Because
The
it-
healing.
Accelerated healing.
Yeah, accelerated healing.
Wolverine,
Because this
yeah,
guy-
man, come on, bro. fucking handsome. Thank God he's handsome.
yeah, thank
What
God.
the hell? Are you serious? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
He's like,
You got kid.
He's not. He's thinking.
normally, I would
thinking
say-
he's talking about animal, the Wolverine. He's like, I don't get it.
A little hairy badger.
Normally, I would say I don't watch that gay shit, but I actually watched that.
What do you
So I
mean?
should know
It's a
that.
fucking Marvel movie, bro. Come on, that's one of the
I
best.
actually did watch that, so I should have known that.
Your son? You don't have your son? Does it?
yeah.
You never had
All right,
claws
all
over
right,
the
fair enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Fair enough.
I've never even seen Wolverine,
did
but I
Yeah,
guess.
I did
He
watch
knows.
that gay shit. I did
Yeah,
watch that.
right.
All right,
But-
back to
Oh, wait, what
the
about before we-
chickenpox? Chickenpox, if you had it, see, I was right about something.
Oh, if you have it,
If you had chickenpox, it predisposes you later in life for the shingles, correct? Yeah.
okay. The
I'm not that stupid.
the peptide we gave you for your hair.
Yes.
That's one too that we get a lot now because that's one that's known to help with
Okay.
skin and
I thought
hair.
you- I thought you-
GHKCU.
GHKCU.
Yeah.
Also
It's cool.
helps with inflammation.
If-
It's
yeah.
almost like a triple stack if
Yeah.
you add that
I
to the
thought
Wolverine.
I literally
too.
thought he gave me Windex when I
Right.
got home and
No,
opened
it's
it.
cool because it's blue.
Blue.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you were telling me.
Yeah.
I thought it was like was it the methylene blue? I
Right.
thought you were talking about
I
that.
just texted him about that too. It's like we
Yeah.
got everyone wants this
Oh, bro,
methylene
every-
blue.
every-
I don't know
Everybody's
though, man. I'm hearing mixed things about that, right?
You know, it's
For us, it's not our market.
Right.
You know,
It's a
if you
fucking
want it,
chemical.
order it on Amazon.
right.
Oh, you can order it on Amazon?
That
really?
stuff's around. Yeah,
Yeah.
order it online. Yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't that like it's a chemical
it's
agent?
cause
Who was
right?
it? Mel Gibson? Wasn't it him talking about it
Yeah.
on Rogan?
He's yeah, but I think he was talking about more about the ivermectin. And
Yeah.
what we said it was fazabazine, fenbendazole.
And he says it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? My friends.
Yeah.
They beat it.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
can't say it. Right? He's
I think he said
intense,
4 with terminal cancer.
terminal cancer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, who you know?
I
Could
believe
have.
it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? There's
Definitely.
stuff out there.
Right.
Yep.
Anything but pharmaceutical.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
this guy said he's going after the pharmaceuticals.
Let's see what happens, man.
That's huge.
They try to pin him as an anti-vaxxer. I mean, when he was
Of course.
when he was going through Congress and they were grilling him or whatever.
But what a great speech he gave.
He said, "I'm not. I was
Right.
vaccinated. My kids were vaccinated. I
Right.
just want to, I don't think that."
But listen,
why do they
everything
dismiss
should be-
it? So
Listen, we how old are you?
32.
So you maybe got more vaccines than we did. All right.
Right.
But we got probably 8 vaccines.
yeah.
They want to give kids 72 fucking vaccines.
No.
That's
Well,
crazy.
And
Yeah,
like
no,
6
no.
and 1, 9 and
Yeah,
1.
yeah.
One has like
I think it's around 80, somewhere around
Yeah.
80 by the time they're 18. But I thought like it was
Ew.
80 different vaccines. It's not. It's like boosters to the same vaccine.
Okay.
So it's
But
only
whatever though, it's still that
Right.
many.
That's a
We
lot.
got 8 total.
injections.
You know what I mean?
It's like 80. Yeah.
But isn't it crazy how they just want to dismiss it? Like, no, it's not that.
Right.
Like, well, just look
Why
just
are
look into
autism
it.
rates
Right,
through
yeah.
the fucking roof? What is it now?
It
One
could
in every
be. It could be
32
that. It
kids
could
or
not. It
cell
could be the
phones,
food.
it
It could
could
be
be
cell phones.
plastic,
Could-
you know,
Exactly.
could be that
There's
glyc-
so many things.
Glyphosate, whatever
Right.
that stuff called. You know,
Right.
it could be all that stuff.
Right. It could be-
How we say it?
Fluoride.
It was right.
I'm just watching you stumble there.
Yeah.
He's like Gil. I remember, like from what was that show? The TV show. They always had the guy the date. What is it?
Home improvement.
It's no. What was it? Regis and Kathy Lee. There was always someone the producer.
The producer,
Always the producer. I think his name was Gil.
No, Gilman or something.
Gilman,
like that.
right?
Yeah,
Is it?
Gilman or something like that? Yeah.
Regis. God bless him.
Yeah. Yeah. What is it? The water? Is it fluoride that they're always
Fluoride.
talking about?
Apparently, was
taking it,
that was that true?
They're supposedly taking it out. Yeah, trying to. And then there's people there that are I seen somewhere. Don't spit out your toothpaste. That's so dumb that you're just spitting out the fluoride. Oh yeah, I think that's what we want to do.
Right?
But why would they put it in your water?
But it's even like the toothpaste. You just know it's wrong in your mouth. Like it's like
Yeah.
it's like I got this toothpaste from Italy. I forget the name of it, but apparently there's like a red.
Toothpaste.
Yeah, that's the one.
Now this week it's toothpaste.
yeah. Luigi Mangione recommended me this toothpaste.
So Joe goes through every week. It's something different. He's not eating sweets one week. The next week he doesn't drink, but then you'll see him at the bar banged up. I was like, this guy doesn't drink apparently.
My wife loves it. He goes, the one he always preaching the sober life. But
Everything in moderation.
Yeah, the
Everything
first
in
one.
moderation.
The first one is slow to speech.
Even moderation.
Yeah, even moderation in moderation.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Before he goes, you're the first one cross-eyed, the one at the
Exactly.
Christmas party.
But you'll have a casual conversation with him.
Oh,
No, I'm
no.
not drinking. It's just I hate the way I feel the next day.
But it's so true, especially at 42.
I could tell a few stories about you, but you're here in the as a
I
professional, so I'll let you slide today, buddy. But yeah, that poor guy at DJ's.
think we were here. We talked about it. If
We
they want to
did.
look up that
Yeah,
episode.
That's when Joe was a fucking wild man.
It's fun.
Joe used to be a little bit crazy, but he's settled down now. He's having a baby soon, married.
Yeah, little boy, baby
God
boy.
bless.
That's awesome,
Yep,
man.
yep.
That's
Due
awesome.
June.
It's your first?
My first kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a June
So
baby.
I'll be 80 when my kid's in softball.
That's
Thank God I'm on these peptides.
That's it, bro.
That's right, baby.
Thank God I'm on these.
I always say that though, like your kid will keep
you young, yeah.
Keep you young.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up with a kid my age. He was growing up with him across the street. His father must have been 50 when he had him. He's probably 96 now. He's 4. His father, the love's the same.
Yeah.
I've never
Oh,
got.
yeah.
Plus, the
Oh,
guy
yeah.
could do more chin-ups than anyone. So I'm thinking, hopefully, that'll be me. Yeah.
It does keep you young, for sure.
Right.
For
Honestly, like my kids are wrestling. I'm like, that's why I want to keep my body right so I could still beat their ass at least for a few more years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're also like just nonstop on the go. You never. I feel like. What do you say? If you rest, you rust, right?
Yeah.
No,
Like,
seriously.
You can't sit down when you have kids.
Not
You
to throw
can't-
the plug in there, but the TRT, dude, that's what it does.
Yep.
It
Yeah.
keeps you young. The men that it's the guys that say they play with their kids. They're picking up their kids. They're getting to work. They have
Yeah.
their suit and tie. It's not the gym guy. It's the men
everyday guy.
day.
I read something about testosterone, like when your levels are good, like. It's not that you could just deal with pain more. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like pain doesn't bother you as much just because you're like,
So,
fuck it.
so everyone
Yeah.
just chalks it up to getting old. Like you're getting out of bed and your joints are aching and you focus. You need coffee and you just that 2 o'clock comes at the office and you're just like nodding off or in traffic, hearing the side of the road like grates and you're waking up. It's your testosterone levels are low. So now it's like it's not that it's making you feel like Superman. It's just getting you through your day.
Yeah.
Getting you through your day like how you should.
Well, I think what do they say? After the age of like 40, 45, you're literally
It's
closer
30.
to dying than
Oh.
you are to.
Oh, yeah,
you're on
yeah,
your
yeah,
way
yeah.
to dying, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah, now, yeah.
I think being comfortable with complacency
Right.
seals your fate. Right.
No,
Once
right.
you become
Yeah, no,
comfortable,
right. You don't move.
working,
Right.
going home and laying on the couch, you're doomed. You
That's what
gotta
it is.
you gotta keep moving.
But
If you don't
I
move
mean,
it-
50-year-olds when we were kids. They
Oh,
were
they
fucking
right. I
old
love
as
seeing
shit.
those pictures. Like, right.
How about Tony Soprano? When Tony Soprano came out,
Right, he was 30.
He was 30 years
Yeah,
old.
32
Holy
years old.
shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's nuts.
And that's not that long ago. That show was out
No.
in 2000.
Yeah, 2000. Yeah.
It's so funny. I love to see like those
Greatest show ever,
my
man.
my 5th grade teacher then and my 5th grade teacher.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
Hulk Hogan and it's like, you know, like a supermodel.
Yeah.
I just drove by that place for the first time. I don't know, 6 months ago. The pizza. What does it say? Pizza in the pizza land.
Pizza Land.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, you see when he's on the turnpike, you see the tankers and the big tanks, the oil
Yeah.
tanks in the background. But a pizza land, I was like, holy shit, that's from Sopranos.
Oh,
Bada
right,
Bing.
right,
What
right.
is Bada Bing? That's really
That's
Satin Dolls.
Satin Dolls,
Yeah,
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 on
yeah,
46.
yeah.
46. There's a crazy story that I know
Yeah.
someone that happened that like
Well, that is a real connected place, I think.
So there's a story. This kid was driving home. I know I'm not going to mention the name, but he was driving home with his girlfriend. Driving after dinner, a few guys beat this guy up outside that club. This happened like 3-4 years ago, maybe. Throw him into the street. He's driving home. He runs him over. Wakes up in the hospital,
I heard this
DWI,
story.
handcuffed
Yes.
because they tested his blood. He totaled his BMW.
I heard that same story.
Yeah,
Danielle
Yeah.
told me that story.
So now he's fighting for a murder charge, whether he murdered this guy, like, and they're trying to pin it on him. The guys, these thugs, threw this guy, wanted to kill this guy, throws him into the street, and because he had some whatever it is, a wine or two, whether he's bombed or not, I mean, either way, but it's now
DUI's a DUI.
That's what I'm saying, right? But
Damn, that's crazy.
Funny you
crazy.
said that story because I heard the exact
Yeah,
same story. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
That was a few years
Right?
ago.
Could you
though, right?
imagine? Yeah,
Wild.
At least 4 years
Yeah,
ago. Yeah. That's like wrong place. Like
Yeah,
that's
just shit luck. man.
right. That's like so terrible to even like for everybody.
That's the thing, man. You never know, bro.
Right?
You never know. I mean,
Right, 'cause
we're not-
they- yeah.
nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. It's crazy. So you might as well be healthy while you're here.
Yeah.
So go see Nu Forma.
New Forma.
It's 5 locations.
That's right.
Yeah. We got you could check us out in Brick, New Jersey. We're actually inside. It's called the Soho Salon Suites in the At Home Plaza.
Every place you guys are in,
I know it's
Yeah.
by
it's by Catone's old spot.
yeah, but what's
Home
Uh,
Center.
what's
Levodi's, yeah.
yeah.
I'm next
Yeah.
door. You can't go in there hungry, man.
yeah,
No,
place
no.
is phenomenal.
But every place you're in that I've been to, I've only been to 2 of them out of
Yeah.
5, is brand fucking new and beautiful.
Yeah. The
brand new
Bellagio
spot.
one, which you were at, like that's a nice one in Matawan. Matawan, it's in the Bellagio. Bellagio, they call Collective.
Well, you are on
Yeah.
Staten Island. Where's that one? On the Sound Dump?
Yeah, that's, we actually have a sick. One of them's really nice. He's got a big blue dog. We got
Wait,
one of those.
One of them with the other one's at the dump?
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, pretty much. That one is by the dump is across the street, closed down.
Fresh Kills?
Yeah, it's literally off Arthur Kill Road. But we have this big blue statue, like a
Yes,
yeah.
that thing is-
that's so sick.
Dude, that
9
is
foot
awesome.
by 8
Yeah.
foot long. It's like those balloon
Inflatable
dogs,
dog, yeah.
stainless steel, shiny blue
Oh,
dog.
yeah.
So the road, it sees probably like 50,000 people each way a day.
Yeah.
So everyone knows like the building with the blue
The
dog.
blue dog.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, you
Nobody's fucked with that thing yet?
Probably.
Nobody's-
I mean,
honestly,
Spray painted it or nothing like that?
I pulled up to the office one day. There's 30 girls outside making
Oh, yeah,
a
doing a
and
TikTok.
matching
No
outfits
way.
Yeah.
in front of the dog.
yeah, with blue
That's
outfits. We didn't find that one. I was
I
trying to
know.
find the TikTok. I don't know.
Yeah.
Guess they didn't make any headway. They were like a sorority.
It
You
had
said,
to be
right?
a sorority or something.
Yeah.
That's
Literally
crazy.
complete matching outfits, doing a dance in front of the
Yeah.
dog.
And then the other one in Montclair, New Jersey, is another beautiful spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real nice looking one.
Sorority with matching. What were the outfits?
blue, right there.
No, they all had a matching blue like headband to
just
match the
joking.
dog.
The Zetas or something, right?
So,
Oh, shit.
but when it comes to that, like even that, like you know, we're always trying to be as aggressive as we can with marketing. And it's
Yeah.
like, you know, you spend money on running ads, you spend money on billboards. It's all temporary.
Right.
You know that statue is a lot of money.
Yeah,
Right.
But
yeah.
we own it.
Springs,
It's
yeah,
there.
it's
you know,
recognizable.
so.
I'll tell you,
just
somebody, a
different
business that always impressed me with their marketing and their advertising. Eat Clean, bro, man.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
yeah.
the
He's
king,
the man.
bro. You
He's
could
the man.
not get on any major road without seeing
Seen
the
a
Eat Clean, bro
billboard,
ad.
yeah.
You couldn't do it. You know what I
He's
mean?
in ShopRite. You see that?
He's
Or,
fucking-
Oh,
Yeah,
that's just
ShopRite.
recently. Yeah,
Yeah.
he just
Yeah.
the other day. Yeah,
He's the man, Jamie.
that's a tough business to get in that
It is,
that
man.
supermarket.
And listen,
Oh,
he
yeah.
failed a bunch before he made it. He failed twice.
Yeah,
You know, it's down to his last $300 and started Eat Clean, bro,
Yeah.
and made it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I like those stories.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, it's not about Eat Clean, bro. Today it's about Nu Forma today.
we're in the same industry.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Eat,
the
eat,
health
health,
industry.
eat healthy,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
be healthy.
Exactly.
Eat healthy, be healthy. Hey, I'm in that industry too, man. You know,
Right.
gotta keep the body
mean, you-
right so you
That's
can
right.
fucking put someone to sleep. You,
You
know what I
couldn't,
mean?
you couldn't have been where you are without.
Without health,
eating
yeah,
healthy and being
absolutely.
healthy, yeah.
I mean, I mean, I'm in. It's kind of crazy. 'Cause I know about all this stuff,
Right.
about how to eat right, how to this. It's because of what I did. You know what I
Right.
mean? You think a lot of people are like-minded that because that's the world I live in, but
No.
a lot of people are
No.
not, and it's crazy.
It's
you know
it's
what I mean?
sad because that's what's in front of you and that's what's quick,
Yeah.
and it's more expensive to get a healthy meal than it is to get something fast and
Yeah,
cheap.
Frankie,
I don't.
they're-
Yeah,
they're
I don't
a-
know. They want you to think that.
Yeah.
they want you to think that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want you to think it's easier to eat dirty. It's cheaper.
You know,
to eat
I
dirty.
always say too, the fastest food is a friggin' apple off the tree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the fastest food you could get.
They say, why is there a health food section in the grocery store?
Right.
No, that's
What's
tiny.
the rest of the
Should
set?
be all a health food. Should be
Yeah.
mostly a
Right.
They say don't eat in the middle, eat in the outsides of the health food.
Right.
It's like it's the produce and the dairy. Like that's probably better for you. The produce,
yeah,
the dairy,
right.
the meat.
Yeah.
Don't eat on the inside of the store.
Well, it's
You
good to know. That's
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, you're right. That's
Yeah.
I never heard that. Oh, that's
Frankie,
funny.
yeah, obviously you've been an athlete your whole life. You look like a brick shit house. You always have. You've been fought at 3 different weight classes. What? And you never ever tested dirty. Clearly, you've always prided yourself on being a clean athlete. But there are athletes that are suspected of being dirty that never tested. But why do you think you never even got suspected of it? Because you're
I mean, I didn't look the part really. You know what I
really.
mean?
You don't think you were fucking built like a brick shit house? No.
Nah, not compared to some. I mean, I think yeah, not like Sean Shirk. You know what I mean?
True.
Or Mendez. Like those guys are yoked
You-
up. You know?
I don't know if you want to say because you're pretty. Well, he's not in the business anymore. Who gives a fuck? When you fought him, you think he was on it?
Who?
Shirk.
I mean, yeah, he got caught. He got caught. I think right after me or right before me. He got caught.
Was it right before you?
Yeah,
Okay.
Mendez got caught right after me too.
That's right.
You
Yes,
know?
Mendez did. Yep.
And, and whatever. I mean, I remember I did an interview. I said, "Let them be on steroids. I'll beat them anyway."
Right,
You know
right,
what I
right.
mean? Because to me, it's more than that. If steroids were the answer, you'd see a lot more people on them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or are they coming out with a? I hear someone they wanted to do like allowing another.
Is an like an Olympics.
Yeah,
right.
right.
The enhanced games.
Yeah,
enhanced games, right? Yeah.
That would
I don't
be
know if it ever
amazing.
got any
Yeah.
headway, but
Right?
yeah.
Isn't that like cool? Like to see how far advanced like someone
I wonder how
pushing
much
your
better
human
what
right to
people will be.
it'd be
you know?
friggin' wild how
Yeah.
right. It's like they don't want.
It's the NFL, bro.
yeah, right.
So
Those guys are monsters.
We've talked about it a little bit. Like there are some ways to kind of cheat. You know what I mean? You can sneak around it a little bit. I mean, there's always a chance you get popped, but I think Frankie has said numerous times that he feels like it's easier in other countries to cheat
Right.
than it is here in the U.S.
Right.
But like when they show up and ring your bell, they don't fuck around. They're
Right.
not like fucking this guy. One time he fucking rang his bell. USADA shows up, rings his bell, and he's like, fuck, well, you were down here.
Yeah.
We were doing a podcast. They rang the bell, and you had to leave. Renee's like, no, this guy wants you now.
to get tested.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Oh, yeah.
wasn't the time. And he's like, oh, fuck, tell him to hold on. But
Yeah, I was
she's
like, make him
no,
wait.
now.
Yeah.
And he had to leave the podcast and go upstairs.
Wow.
But there was a time, too, where, like, they caught you off guard or something. He had to take a shit.
Well, yeah, because you have to do 90 milliliters, I think, and it's like it's a decent amount of piss, you know.
Right.
And it's the morning, so I pissed and I was under the 90, and I'm like, dude, drinking more. I'm like, bro, I gotta take a shit. He's like, well, I gotta come in there with you.
Oh
I'm like,
God.
I'm like,
Can you imagine?
serious?
Can you imagine,
So, bro,
dude?
this dude didn't take his eyes off me. It was weird. Like, honestly, this dude, I think he's, I don't know.
Right,
I'm saying
yeah.
maybe he wasn't, but I'm saying like he's staring like at my junk on the can. I'm like, bro, I was so fucking pissed.
That's boy.
Yeah.
So wait. You got to hold the cup?
Yeah.
there?
So then I'm like, shitting, pissing,
'Cause
I
what-
give a couple. Here you go, buddy.
Because what do they say? Every poopy time is a pee-pee
Yeah,
time?
yeah.
But not
Not every pee-pee time is a poopy time.
That's hysterical.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That's so funny.
So you're ready.
Alright,
You're
buddy.
ready. You're ready for kids, Joe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You're gonna, just so you know, you're gonna get shit on.
Yeah, right.
You are absolutely gonna get shit on. It's gonna be one of those where you're changing the diaper
And
and,
they
you-
go,
and it just
"Brow,"
fucking
yeah,
shoots
yeah,
out
yeah,
on you.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
we
gonna
got
happen.
peptide for that. Yeah, but
And at least for me, I don't know about for Frankie, the first maybe 2-3 diapers you change, bro, you'll never smell anything that smells that bad. You'll be like, I fucking cannot, I
Right.
can't
Gag
do this. It's
worthy,
not
right?
like I don't want to do this. I can't. And by the 5th one, you're like, fuck it, it's no big deal. Like changing diapers after you smelled it a few times.
I didn't change that many
I
diapers.
changed
Right.
a fucking
Yeah.
ton of them. So
my wife
big
knows I'm
deal.
not gonna. I'm not the type to.
Yeah.
I'll come in there when needed.
Yeah.
speaking of
My
shit,
daughter, I was like, you got to take that
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
over.
yeah.
You know
It's
what
di-
I mean?
it's a little different with
weird
girls.
the
Yeah.
daughter, you know.
definitely a little different with girls. But
Right. Because then
the-
I just seen like a video of some lady, like my wife sends me all these Instagram. Now my algorithm is like baby
Baby
stuff.
Yeah, right.
And then it's like this lady has like a raw chicken cutlet sliced with like Nutella in it
Oh,
to show how you're
showing
supposed to
how-
clean a baby girl correctly. I'm like, what the
yeah.
I was like, it's
You're having a
disgusting.
boy. You don't
I
even
know,
like
but I'm
that.
just saying all the algorithm.
You can't go back. You got to go front to back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, it's so like
Yeah.
Speaking of shit, and we'll end on this note. You have one of the worst shit stories I've ever heard. The Roomba story is fucking horrible.
oh
my
yeah,
God.
dude.
The
Yeah,
Roomba-
that's
listen to this story,
and you know what?
Frankie.
It's
This is horrible.
it's more common than I ever known.
Yeah.
So we have the dog. We in my apartment. I have a Roomba.
Yeah.
So we leave the house all day. The Roomba decides to come out and starts cleaning the house, but the dog shit in the house, and it's so when I walk into my house, there's every corner and the tracks of shit was just spread.
Oh my
It was spread to every spread. It went over the carpet. It went. I threw the carpet away. So it was mostly wood flooring, but there was the mat by the shop by the sink.
Yeah.
And then the carpet underneath the coffee table. This thing drove shit the whole house. So it's not.
They don't tell you about that.
It's not smart enough to know that it's dragging shit around, but it was one of the most disgusting scenes
That's horrible,
I've ever walked into. I threw the Roomba away. The cat, like I didn't even bother. Like the whole thing it was like a week old.
Yeah.
It was like. So I was like, I just got the thing, so I didn't know I had my dog. Who even thinks to put that together? Hey, you know what? Maybe this thing, this thing's gonna go off while I'm gone, and the dog shit's gonna be dragged.
horrible.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Horrible. All right, gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for
Thank
coming
you,
on.
guys.
Thank you.
Joe, Richie.
What
Check
about,
us
what
out.
about your
Forma
Instagram
Wellness. Exactly.
or
Shout out where
websites?
people
It's very simple. It's at Nu Forma Wellness. That's it. At Nu
It's the
Forma
Instagram,
Wellness
yeah,
for Instagram.
NuFormaWellness.com. Booking links
NuFormaWellness.com.
on
And
the
on there,
website.
there's literally a quick link.
Yep. You know it. You know it. You were on there doing it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Connect
There's
the
a quick
dots.
link you could go. You could see what location is available for yourself to book. We have consultations, and there's other. We offer a lot of other things too, from aesthetics, Botox, lip filler. We have RF microneedling. We have a ton of stuff on there. But
Roger
it's-
wants to do pee shots.
yeah.
What's
Right.
that? Pea shots.
Pee shots right in the penis.
Oh, I've heard. Yeah. It's supposed to make it bigger or something.
We get. Yeah, it's like another.
Function.
Yeah, another like erectile.
Oh,
Erection.
is that
Yeah.
just for it?
Yeah, yeah.
I was just busting.
No,
it
the
out, you know.
PT 141, the peptide for the libido for you
Yeah.
and the girl could take. They even make troches where you could suck
Is
on.
that also
That-
subcutaneous?
That
injectable?
goes subcutaneous.
Yeah.
Take it like 2 hours before like
You
intercourse,
want
and
to
you're
get some
just like
action
not only you're like rampant rock hard, you're just horny too.
Yeah.
You know,
And
like,
sensation, everything feels better. It's wild.
Oh yeah,
it's actually pretty
explosions.
crazy.
That we can end on
Oh,
that.
man.
Bam,
Really?
bam.
Shit.
Send me some of that.
That's good. Yeah, we had a sale on Valentine's Day.
I bet.
Instead of roses, give your wife something else.
Yeah, hey.
Yep.
Mushroom.
Yeah. Yeah, the old big sausage.
All right, boys.
Thanks
you.
for having
Thanks
us.
so much
Guys,
for coming
fellas.
on.
Great
Really
to be
enjoyed
here.
it.
Great to be here. Check us out, guys.
I'm a
Thanks.
customer, so I'll keep coming back.
Awesome.
He's not only a client. No.
yeah.
Champ of the Tramp, guys. Check us out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It does help us out a little bit, so thank you.
Yes,
All right.
sir. What's up, guys? Make sure you follow us on your favorite podcast platforms. You can find the links in the description below.
And if you've enjoyed this episode, hit that like button and share it with a friend. Your support keeps us growing.